Hello. Hey, it looks like everybody is having a little bit of trouble with assignment 7. So here's a quick video to help you with assignment 7 where you have to. Here's the problem description. Let's talk about that. Write a program called A07.cvk that reads numbers from the user and prints a table showing how many times each digit appears in each number. Okay, so essentially you're trying to find the occurrences of the digit in the number that the user enters. The user should be able to enter more than one number to be tested for repeated digits. The program should terminate when the user enters a number that's less than 0 or 0 is fine. So here's the sample run. Enter a number. You can say -1 to end this loop. They enter a number and you say, well, here is a table that shows you that 0 occurs one time, 1 occurs two times, 2 occurs two times, 3 occurs 0 times, 4 occurs one time, 5 occurs 0 times, 6 occurs 0 times, 7 occurs one time, 8 does not occur at all, so 0 times, 9 occurs one times. Right? Then you tell them enter a number again, and they enter another number, and then you give them the occurrences. So 2 occurs 4 times, 0 occurs one time, 1 occurs one time, 7 one time, 9 one time, that's it, right? And then when they enter -1, you quit. So first of all, in order to have a table, you see how you have 10 digits, right? You can have your whole number is a combination of 10 digits. You know that, 0 to 9. So you have a table for that. You may not have 10 variables. I don't want you to have 10 variables. That's the purpose of this assignment, is to use an array. So your output is going to look like this. And notice what this is. This is nothing but an array, a list of integers. And these are nothing but they are your indices or your index. Okay, so the index is already there in an array. You just have to use it, right? You know that the index starts at 0. Here, let me fill that. So fill this. There we go. Get a different color. So you know the index of an array starts at 0 and ends at, if you have 10 digits or 10 numbers in the array, 10 minus 1, which is 9. So you just have to find the number for example, you break it into individual digits, right? We start from the back, okay, 2. So once you get 2, you go here and say, well, the index is 2, so I'm going to increment that value by 1. So this array is initially going to have zeros, okay? So for example, if I copy this, I'm going to put it here. So the array originally starts off like this. That, move that down. Okay, so this is how the array starts off with everything set to 0. Okay, so here, let's walk through the algorithm. So you start off by creating an array of 10 integers, initialize all the values to 0. These are your index, right? Okay. Create an int array with 10 numbers to hold the counts or occurrences. So there is your initial array. That's the first step. Initialize the array to 0. You set them all to 0. Okay, you know how to do all of these things. We've done this in our worksheets. Read the number from the user and store it in num. So that's your next step. Read a whole number. Just call int num and read it from the user. Mod the number by 10, store in digits. So when you mod the number, let's go back to this picture. When you mod by 10, you get that 2, right? Now, increment the array value by 1 where the index is the same as the digit. If your digit is 2, you find the corresponding index and you increment that by 1. So this becomes 1, right? Okay. Next step in the algorithm. Divide the number by 10 and store it back in num. So when you take this number and divide by 10, you're going to lose the 2. You're going to be left with 4127109. You're going to be left with this part of the number. This part of the number. Put that back in num. Repeat steps 4 to 7 until num is 0. Go back to step 4. Mod number by 10. So you're going to mod this number by 10 and you're going to get 9. Now go find 9 and increment the corresponding value. Then divide the number by 10. You're going to lose the 9 and you're going to be left with the rest of this number. Mod it by 10, you're going to get a 0. Take the 0, go find the value of 0 and increment it. And you keep doing that until repeat steps until number is 0. When this number is 0, you're done. Your array should be filled. You output the array to the user. Go back, repeat steps 2 to 8 until the user enters 0 or -1. So go back to step 2, initialize the array to 0. That's a very important step. Reset the array back to 0. Otherwise, it'll keep adding to the existing numbers. Read the number from the user, store it in num, and repeat the whole process again, and it will go through and create the next array. So as far as functions go, you can have a function that will do all of these things. After you read the number from the user, send the array and the number to a function and have the function do this step or do these steps. Okay, and then you can create a print function and send the array to the print function and have the print function print the array. So you have some ideas to do a couple of functions. But this is kind of how you need to do your assignment 7. You have to have arrays. So think about it.